trying to shape our version of reality. Like, if something bad happens to you, you should sit there and go, okay, this was deliberate. This is not a freak accident. I'm not an unfortunate, unlucky person. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself. This situation was deliberately given to me by the simulation because it wants me to level up and prove I can get through it, because this is my big opportunity to earn some karma from the universe so that I can become the man I'm supposed to be and help others and finally get the life worth living. This is my chance. This isn't a bad thing. This is my chance.
Yeah.
Thank God this happened. Now I get a shot. Before this, my life was just basic and normal and I wasn't doing anything. But now I get a shot at something.
Yeah.
It's a reframe. But people don't think that way. They go, oh, what did I say earlier about hoping people have mercy on them? This happened to me.
No, not.
Oh, no, you can't operate that way. And you can't have mercy on yourself. I have to suffer. If I have to suffer so 50 people can live content, I believe that a man should do that.
I think you have a warrior mindset, right? And you have people that you care for and you provide for. You have your brother and you have your family.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your stress comes from holding on to what you hold dear, that pride aspect of things? Like, I gotta be top G. Nobody's top G, I'm top G.
You know where I actually think it comes from? I actually think it comes from because I know I've only reached 10% of what I can actually do.
Let's go, bro.
And that bothers me. And no matter how much money I'm making or how most Googled man alive, whatever, I can still identify the inefficiencies in my systems. I can still identify where more money could have been made. And money isn't that important, but like we said, money is a very simple way to measure success because it's numbers. Numbers are easy.
Yeah.
This number, that number. It's easy. What does a company do when it wants to measure the success of a company? It looks at the numbers. What does a YouTube channel do? It looks at the numbers. Numbers are easy. So if you're gonna say, how do I be successful in life? Money's not everything, but it's a nice, easy way to measure because it's numbers. And then when you understand it's the time and energy of other people, you sit and go, okay, well, I have this large empire now and I have all these people who work for me and all these people I love and all these people I care about and all these children and all this going on. And the world is getting more and more messed up and everything's on a decline and everything's being destroyed and a certain number of people are going to become useless eaters are going to be eradicated and they're going to try and lock us all in our 15-minute cities for the climate or some garbage that's coming in no time. How do I combat and fight all of this and protect all the people I care about? Well, I need the time and energy of others. I need an army, so I need money. So you start waking up saying, okay, 1 billion is shit, Tristan. And he's like, Andrew, we're from a single mother household and our company got valued at $1.2 billion and you own 100% of it. No, we need at least 10. And then you start getting, then I get mad. And my stress comes from the fact that I don't have enough. But is it for me or is it for just being able to care about all the people I care about?
Well, from how you described it, it seems like you're just gearing up for war. And a man who knows his next move knows his next problems.
Yeah.
So I think
person totally died. Like I don't want to say the man I was, the boy that I was totally died. And I think, I mean, the hardest loss that I had to take was the boy that I was in my father's eyes that was living up to his expectations, which is all that I wanted. And so sacrificing that, and it took years, and my dad and I are cool, we're great, but like for a season, that's what I had to sacrifice that person. And it was, all I had wanted was to make him happy. And so, and again, no fault of his own, but that is all I wanted. And so it's like I had achieved the dreams that I had.
The devil using fear, absolutely correct. How does he scare people? He scares cowards. He scares people who can't fight. He scares women. He scares people who are not prepared to stand up and resist. So masculine empowerment is absolutely and utterly how you battle the devil. You need men to be as strong and capable as possible. Okay. So every day you waste, I think the first lesson, if you're a 22-year-old trying to escape now, is that every day you waste, the game gets harder. So you need to act now. You don't have 3 years. Your biggest weapon now in the world is time. And that's why you actually need to resist, I believe, traditional education. It's not that they steal $200,000 from you. It's that they steal 4 years from you.
Time.
4 years ago, ChatGPT didn't exist. You don't have 4 years to learn from a textbook from 1996. The biggest waste of time on the planet. So you don't have time because the game's rigged against you.
Grabs him physically and dunks him under the water and holds him there. Won't let him out. This guy's like, oh my, what the fuck's going on? This guy went psycho on me. He's trying to drown me and kill me. He's fighting for everything he has to get out of there, get some air and everything else. This guy won't let him up, no matter what he tries. He will not let him up. He's struggling, he's moving, he's twisting. Will not let him up. It's not until the student fucking punches the mentor. The mentor loses his wind for a second there, loosening his grip up, gives him the wind of opportunity to escape his holdings and fucking get some air. And when he gets the air, his first words once he gets some, what the fuck was that? You out of your mind, man? I can sue you for this shit and everything else. He goes, yeah, you can. But now you know what giving it your all is. And you will not succeed in business or any endeavor in life until that fight you just went through is applied to the same endeavor. It's too...
Absolutely. So, not only can they shape a narrative, but they can use the narrative shaping to force action. If you're, for example, Candace, who I love, I am a fan of Candace. I will ride for and protect Candace to the end. But if she presents 5 theories on why something happened, and one of them is getting a bunch of traction positive, that doesn't mean it's true. In fact, it might mean the opposite.
Champions are never born, guys. They're created.
All minds are ready to be freed. They say it inside of the movie.
But which one is valuable enough to be free? Christ saved everybody. He didn't just come and pick a couple people.
Absolutely, but you can lead a horse to water, or you cannot force it to drink. And I feel like the reason why I'm now one of the most liked people on the internet, and the reason my comments are so positive, I have to answer that question, is because I feel like I'm heavily leveraged against chaos. The thing is with my brand, I don't entertain. I do entertain, but that's not my purpose. I'm trying to teach people things. I'm trying to give them things. Even the things I sell are beneficial. I have a school that teaches people how to make money online. It's beneficial. If you follow me, you can make money online. You'll start to train and go to the gym. You'll listen to some positive motivational things. You'll feel more motivated. I'll try and guide you towards God. Either one. I'm not even strictly Islam. I believe that if you are a religious person, you're a better person regardless of the religion you choose.
Because you have to follow your morals and have boundaries.
Absolutely. So all of my messaging is positive. So as the world gets more messed up, I'm leveraged against chaos. As the world becomes a bigger mess, as people struggle to survive to pay their bills, as people become more and more unhappy, as the wars start, all this craziness, people sit there and go, do I want to be entertained by clowns? Do I want to watch these streamers who are clowns? Do I want to be entertained? Or do I want a solution? Do I want some form of stability? Who is saying things which can actually help me, which actually will directly impact my life in real time and make me feel better? And that's me. So I'm not an entertainer in that way, which is why I believe my brand has become so strong and why most people like me. And it's also why a lot of people will forgive me for being semi-abrasive, because I feel like as the world gets more messed up, which it is, people are going to learn some very abrasive, harsh lessons. And sometimes when you've gone through a very harsh lesson, to be given a solution which isn't harsh, you're not going to believe it. You're not risking a fucking thing. I'm risking it all. And you're turning on me. I can't find any fucking soldiers. I can find the odd guy here and there. Where's the fucking mass resistance? So when I'm trying to preach masculinity and saying to guys, look, go to the gym, get strong, resist, don't be afraid, speak what you think, resist the slave mind. I'm trying to say all these things, trying to inspire some fucking backup, some support. Masculinity is the answer to the trouble we are in. And if it's not, and I'm wrong, then please somebody else give me a theory. Because I can't think of anything fucking else. And truthfully, by the time AI gets absolute complete control, unless we get some balls back and put some parameters in place, well, then it's over, isn't it? I don't think it's too hard to imagine in 100 years, most people walking around with a Neuralink and they're not allowed, they're not capable of thinking what I think. They're not capable of saying what I say. It's literally physically impossible. And for the ones that do, it's going to be detected by some faraway microphone, and they're going to be snatched up by a drone, and they're going to disappear. And we're not far from that world. And women can complain, and women can protest, and women can riot, but nobody gives a fuck. Because when women complain, it's called an inconvenience. And when men complain, it's called a revolution. They are wandering. And not only are they wandering, they're also gambling. The system is completely broken. I think it's very important before we have these conversations, we understand that the system that you and I grew up in, and the system that especially our parents grew up in, it's fundamentally, completely, now totally broken. The idea that you can go to school, get a degree, go get a good job, work hard at your job, get a promotion, start to save money, compound your money in the bank over time to buy a property which you own is all gone, never gonna happen. You're never going to get a degree, which puts you $200,000 in debt, then get a job and pay off that student debt, and then save enough money to now buy a house, and then pay off that house. You're talking by the time you're 70, you'll still be paying this crap off.
Yeah.
So there's no way this works anymore. The traditional system that everybody was supposed to invest in, which was good for society because it, 1, educated people, 2, gave everyone a path, gave everyone hope, 3, gave everyone stability, 4, gave everyone a home, which gave them a vested interest in their societies. Yeah. All of that's gone.
Gone, yeah.
So young people today are effectively gambling. When I speak to young men, what they are doing basically is meme coins or crypto or literal gambling in a casino, because they realize the game is so rigged they can't work their way out. They have to get lucky on the wheel. If you add into the fact that AI is accelerating, and even more importantly, a lot of the world's money is becoming heavily monopolized, and I see this all the time. There are less and less small independent companies, and there are more and more branches of BlackRock and Vanguard and these huge super conglomerates, which are just sucking up all of the world's liquidity, and all of the money's going to them. So you're living in a world where you have to gamble your way out. If you try and start a company, you're competing with monsters. And AI is coming and replacing jobs in real time.
Yeah.
So it's an extremely difficult position to be in. And unfortunately for young people, it's only going to get worse. Or get your money right.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. What are we sending to Ukraine right now?
Money.
Billions of dollars.
That we printed.
Money. What do we send to Israel? Money. Money, money, money. Right? So if I feel like I'm going to go to war, I need money. And even in this war I've been in, even when I went to jail, right? Not a lot of people understand how the legal system works, but the process itself is a punishment. The day I was arrested, all of my bank accounts were frozen. All of my cars were seized.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah, all of my cars were seized. All of my diamond watches were taken. $900,000 in cash was taken. Gold bars was taken. All of my value was taken, right? So since January, technically, I haven't had access to a dollar. It's now been a year, and I don't have a penny, according to DCAW and the Romanian legal system. Luckily, I have some good friends who look after me. But let's say...
You winked at me like I had that funds. Like,
but
I don't.
They've taken everything officially.
So you still don't have your stuff back?
No, of course not. So this is my
Why
point.
are you still here?
Well, I can't leave.
But, okay, are you going to leave once you can? Because I feel like they just proved that you can't speak here either.
Well, that's the thing that's scary. If you can't speak here, which is the most Christian country on earth. You know, Romania, outside of Vatican City, is the most Christian country on the planet.
98%, and then the other 2 are like a different denomination.
That's right. Most Christian country on the planet. And all I'm talking about is traditional masculinity, and I got hit.
Are you upset with them for what they did, or do you feel like they had valid reasons to do what they did?
As a man, you have to take self-accountability for absolutely everything. I'm still upset with what they've done. However, there are equal opposing forces inside of Romania, one trying to lock me up and one that keeps setting me free.
And that's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, so I have people in this country on my team. The whole country's not against me, or I never would have got out. So
do you feel like they're more moving towards your direction?
This will be dropped. I'm not going to be found guilty because I haven't done anything wrong. But
and if you don't mind me asking, what did they try to pin you for?
They accused me of human trafficking. They accused me of using the lover boy method, which is convincing girls by being nice to do a job to take the money from the girls. Because I told 2 of my friends who are girls how to get big on TikTok.
That's why all of this happened to you?
Yeah.
So did somebody else plant this on you?
Oh yeah, the Matrix. It doesn't report what happened and what's true. It makes things come true. So let's look at my example, for example, and I think this explains it. If I wasn't there, the video wouldn't have gone viral. Why? Because they're trying to lock me up for being a hateful person. So they have to take anything they can get and push to the public constantly and endlessly, not because I am hateful, but to convince them I'm hateful so they can lock me up for being hateful. That's what the media does. It shapes narratives. It doesn't report what's going to happen. It shapes the narrative. COVID is the perfect example of this. They tell you about all the people who are dying in China and falling over in the street. I never saw that, did you? The Italian hospitals being full. Never saw a full hospital, did you? They shape the narrative, and then COVID becomes real from nothing. That's the media's job, to predict the future. If you watch the media with the right lens, with the right mindset, if you're perspicacious, my favorite word, when you watch the media, you can see the future. That's how I make so much money. I sit and watch the media and I go, I know what's coming. I know what's going to happen here. I know what's going to happen there. They start talking about Putin, or they start talking about this. I was like, okay, I saw the Ukraine-Russia war coming. You can see these things if you read the media or watch the media, because they're preparing your minds to accept the bullshit they're about to pull off. That's all they've ever done. So the reason that video went viral, just so everyone at home understands, is because I am the only one of the group who is going to be facing charges related to that video or related to something else. And they're going to use that video as evidence to conclude, oh yes, he said this about women. And look, he also said that, well, he didn't play the song, but look at the kind of company he keeps. I'm the one who has to go to court for all of this. Only me, none of them. Me. And they're preparing the public for everyone at home to sit and go, well, yeah, he probably didn't rape that girl, but have you seen, he says that stuff about Jews and he's really extreme. He has a big mouth, so, he got himself in trouble. Fuck him. It's all a sign.
As a younger man, and in so doing, it had become my nightmare. And that's why the third point that you read about, no one is coming to save you, everything is your fault, and you have to sacrifice who you are for who you want to become, I think is so real for me, is that you do. And like someone's dreams will die. It is yours or theirs. So you just want to make sure that the person who is dreaming for you has bigger dreams for life than you do. And sometimes well-intentioned people, because they want to be practical and they want to be realistic, have smaller dreams for you than you do. And if they have smaller dreams, then you should listen to you and not them.
Obviously, your dad built a story about what success looks like.
Yeah.
And you rejected it slowly but loudly.
Coming here at night and, I don't know what it is about it, man. But man, it's just the air smells a little bit better right now. When you say you're gonna do something and then you follow through and you do it. Not at the end when you cross the marathon, you finish it, or your hands raised. I'm talking about right now. The small steps in between the big successes that everyone sees. No one sees this. Right now, I'm saying, there's a confidence to it, man. There's a bad motherfucker that's right here, that's getting ahead of the competition. There's an overwhelming sense of fulfillment and pride and satisfaction with that. I didn't have to shoot up anything. I didn't have to drink anything. I didn't have to go party anything. All I had to do was just go work out. And now what's going to happen is a residual effect of that. Not only does my body grow, but my belief in what it is.
We're now at a stage with the internet where it is so heavily manipulated by government agencies. Nothing you read is real. All the people you think you're interacting with aren't real. And the ones that are real are psyoped by the other accounts that aren't real. So everyone's a fucking bot. Everyone's an agent. And they're convincing people to do very silly things. You could be a nobody retard streamer and sell out everybody who's ever tried to help you, even people who are more important than you. Believing you're getting likes and clicks, and believing you're doing the right thing, and believing, people like me now. And you're just destroying yourself. And the system is keeping you there where you belong as a fucking nobody. So I know things that I've been told from credible sources. And basically everything that you're currently experiencing online is a fucking scam. When you're on the internet, you need to consider yourself alone. You need to approach the internet like, I'm alone here. And I'm actually, for the first time, directly interacting with the simulation, like the Matrix movie. I'm going to talk to the head of the machines, and all the sentients are around me. All the machines are around me, the agents are around me, the hologram programs, the sentients, the machine mind is here. I'm here to talk to the machine and understand what the machine is trying to convince me of, what it wants me to do. But there's no people here. This is empty. This is a desert. I'm here by myself. Because the feed, the algorithm that I am being fed, may not have any real people on it at all. And the other real person who's logged in has a brand new algorithm, different than me, a different For You page, and he has a whole new different set of bots convincing him of different things. The liberals have their circles, the conservatives have their circles, we're at war, everyone has their own circles, reading their own bots, feeding them their own things. No one's talking to each other, we're all isolated. Everyone's by themselves. If you accidentally cross over into someone else's sphere, you just read all the crap that's being sent at them and you join in. None of it's real anymore. How have the governments, as completely corrupt as they are, remained in power? considering we now have unlimited access to information and can communicate instantly globally around the world with anyone. So how the fuck did the people who are corrupted to the core stay in power? Surely the internet was a panic moment for them. Surely they thought we have to shut this the fuck down. But now it's bigger than ever. Are the people who are in charge of the entire planet stupid? I mean, people seem to sit, they go, our politicians are idiots. Look at the state of the country. You think it's fucked because they're dumb? Or do you think it's fucked because they want it fucked? Like, are you so ignorant that you think they're ignorant? They run the fucking world. And if you're a smart person who's not in their club and starts to do really amazing things, you end up joining their club. So let's also argue, not only, I'll ask you a question. Are the people in charge of the world idiots? If the answer to that is no, my next question is, are the people who are in charge of the world pretty good at convincing all of the world's best talent to join them? I mean, considering they can shoot you in the fucking face. The answer is yes. And all us fucking, the Western parents are walking around going, well, I can't tell my 9-year-old to not scream.
Yeah, no, that
like
is
retarded.
that is ridiculous, though.
And that's the whole Western world. And that's why they grow into passive-aggressive, feminine little pieces of, like Sneaky, who just make fun of their own friends.
Oh, no.
Like, because they're dipshits. If they ever had any genuine discipline in their life, they'd sit there and go, well, this is not the way of man. This is not the code of men. You know? So I understand that it is my battle, if I believe in God, to try my best to preserve the culture. And then you're asking, how do I fight the matrix? I think you fight that via masculine empowerment, and I'll tell you why. Because we were just sitting here talking about how the devil uses fear, and you're completely correct. And I think that women are easier to scare than men. And I think that now we live in a society, especially in the West, where women have been empowered to the point, well, I'm not against female empowerment, I'm not a misogynist, but they've been empowered to the point where they're more powerful than men in most scenarios. They're more powerful than men in the divorce court, more powerful than men in the custody court, more powerful than men in terms of the education system, more powerful than men in terms of their testimony, more powerful than men. I'll give you endless examples. If 10 men get murdered, nobody cares. If 10 women get murdered, it's gonna be a national news story for weeks. Their life is more valuable. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be. It always has been, because they can create life. My point is, we now live in a society which I believe is a matriarchy. It's feminized. And men are feminized by extension. And men being feminized means that women are in charge and women are fearful. So let me give you a very simple example of why I believe masculine empowerment is how we actually get closer to God and how we fix the fight we're in against the matrix. COVID was emotional arguments. They came along and said, your grandma's gonna die. The old people, your grandma. They used emotional arguments to create fear. That works on a woman. A woman sits there, I love my grandma. Most men would sit there and go, wait.
Let's just chill.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Grandma's already 94. Grandmas die. So I don't think we should be taking our kids out of school. Let's just calm down. Men are more stoic and more patient. If you had a household where the man's been feminized and the woman's in charge, it's over for that house. Prepare you for what's about to happen. The simplest example of this is Diddy beating the shit out of Cassie in the hotel. That clip came out, and I said to Tristan, Diddy's going to jail. And he said, why? I said, have you seen the clip of him beating up Cassie? He said, is he going to court for that? I said, no. He's never to this day been charged with that. I said, it's nothing to do with that. They are trying to prepare the public and prepare the public's minds that he is a bad person and deserves jail. 1 week later, he was arrested. Was he charged with beating her up? No, that's on video. Wasn't charged with that. How did I know that was a setup? Because that video is 15 years old. Why would they hold on to a video for 15 years and never release it? No one ever saw it before. Then it pops up out of nowhere. Then he's arrested. Because if they just arrested him out of nowhere, people would be like, hey, not Diddy, I like his songs. No, they want everyone to believe you're guilty before you're even found guilty. Take a man and say, how would you make your parents, your girlfriend, and yourself proud of you?
I agree. I just don't want it to be the driving vehicle. And that's the only thing I care about. I just don't want it to be the driving vehicle, right?
And then I have to sit here and analyze myself. Is pride the driving vehicle for me? Like, why do I even...
100%
Why do I even do what I do? Like, do I feel proud of myself when I awaken people to how the matrix works? Well, yes. But is that because I believe I'm helping them, or do I just feel happy in and of myself? Why do I own all the things I own? Why do I want all the things I want? And it's very interesting you asked a question earlier before we got down this point when you said, has money made me happier or made me more anxious? And the answer to that is both. I think that you're certainly anxious when you have an empire because you understand how difficult it is to maintain, especially in my position, right? I've been hit by DCAUT and FBI and all these huge federal agencies are trying to take everything I've ever worked for.
And from your loved ones that you're leaving
from my
for.
loved ones,
Yeah.
all the money I've ever made. It's actually a very difficult, precarious situation to be in. And even if you ever get to the position where you pay yourself $500,000 every single morning, you get concerned with, am I still going to be able to do this? Then the money ain't making you happy. You're working so hard to make sure you'll always be able to pay yourself that money that you don't even spend, that you don't even need.
That's the pride thing I was trying to tell you about.
Of course.
So
but this is how you hold
feeding it,
on to things.
And it's a stomach that keeps needing.
It does keep needing. You're completely right. But that's also how there's no light without dark. The stomach keeps needing. Completely agree with you. But that's also how I managed to propel myself from here to here. And I'm going to go want to beat this garbage even high. So I agree with you.
Gas.
It's my gas.
Yeah.
My gas is. And then, so there's anxiety attached.
Did that change when you got a daughter?
I think in some ways it got worse because there's anxiety attached to my money. But the true happiness that I get from my money is the fact that I can give people I care about anything I want.
You could set them free.
I can set them free.
Yeah.
So I said this even to a girl I was dating. I said, you're happy all the time. And I love that because I'm stressed and I'm not complaining about being stressed. I think the masculine role is to wake up stressed. I wake up stressed. I wake up and I've got a bunch to do, a bunch of people to talk to, a bunch of money to make, etc. I'm stressed. I'm not miserable, but I'm certainly concerned all of the time. I'm focused all of the time. I'm always busy. I have a lot going on. I'm never relaxed. I'm never at peace. That's not who I am as a person.
Do you think people confuse stress with depression?
I think so, and I think that you're supposed to be stressed.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe they feel what you're feeling, but you've said that it's stress, which is good. You need stress. You need to have your back up against the wall, or you're going to be a lazy fuck.
Or you won't do anything.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But people might think that emotion, because they feel that emotion, that stress that's on them, and then somebody comes out of the woodwork and be like, oh, that's depression.
Yeah, which is the coward's ways out. But I actually love feeling stressed. I do best when I'm stressed.
It pushes you.
I've had 87 professional fights. For about 3 of those fights, for some reason, I wasn't nervous, and it really bothered me. So why am I not nervous? I like feeling nervous. I like being stressed. I fight better. I react quicker. Have you ever been jumped? Like you get scared if someone jumps out at you? That's when you're the fastest you've ever been.
Yep.
So I think stress is a fantastic motivator. It's a beautiful thing. But I was saying to this girl, I don't get any of the happiness you get from life. You wake up and you do your nails and you shop for Prada and you get to look gorgeous and you smile all day and you get to make a cute cupcake and you bring me the cupcake and you laugh, ha ha ha, cupcake. I'm concerned with real important things. DCAR are trying to put me in jail. Millions of dollars have gone missing. Like I'm dealing with real stuff. You're dealing with cupcakes. Yeah. But I am happy that I go through all of this so I can make you happy. Yeah. So my money makes me happy. Yeah, I'm a provider. My money makes me happy because every single person I love lives a fantastic life. 90% of what you're reading on Twitter and the comments you're reading on streams and the Facebook accounts, all of it is bullshit. And it is narrative that is deliberately being shaped. This was first done during COVID. Do you remember when COVID first came and people would tweet out their symptoms? There were these stupid accounts who would say, oh my God, I have COVID and my throat is so bad. And then they wrote these little paragraphs and it got like 55,000 retweets. Do you remember this? Not many people remember this. Find them. And they were everywhere, convincing everyone to be afraid of this disease. And that was all fake. That was the beginning of it. If they want, for example, me to definitely end up in jail, or for people to accept that I get shot in the head, or to get myself in trouble, or for me to lose cover from a nation that's decided to protect me because they believe I'm innocent. If they wanted me to get in trouble, what they would do in this hypothetical scenario is take a nightclub event and then bought the replies that I sold out to try and convince me to psyop me into standing up and doing something stupid. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then people who read the comments, because they're sheep, they'll see everyone else calling me a sellout. So they'll be like, and they join in.
Right.
And before you know it, I've set myself on fire and I'm dead.